Guys, Beth here. So basically, if you've been watching our channel recently, you'll see that Chelsie has made a July book prize video because it's now the beginning of August. I'm sorry mine's a bit later, but she said I'd do it and I said I'd do it on my Instagram, so I'm going to show you, I think it's 17 books that I bought or got given in the month of July, and yeah, let's go on with it. So first of all, we've got Sophie Kinsella writing Savannah Wickham. It's called Cocktails for Three. I really love Sophie Kinsella. She's such a talented author and she's one of my favourites in like the romance genre. She wrote Confessions of a Shopaholic, which I'm sure a lot of you most certainly know from the movie. It's about these three girls who are really successful and get together once a month for cocktails and gossip and stuff. And down here it says secret strangers and a splash of scandal. So I think it's more of like a rom-com with a twist, do you know what I mean? So yeah, I really can't wait to read this. It is quite a large book in comparison to some of my other ones, but I'm a very avid reader, so I should get this done within at least a couple of weeks. Right, moving on. We have Life of Pi. I got this in a charity shop for 25p, and I thought that was a bargain considering how big the movie's got. But I thought before watching the movie I should read the book just so I get to know the characters a bit more, but I really can't wait to start reading it. I'm going to read this during August, and when I've finished I will post my thoughts and opinions on the book itself, and hopefully by then I will actually see the movie, even though it's really old now. Next of all, I bought Emily Bronte, Wuthering Heights. I've been wanting to read a few more classics for a while now because I like so many genres and I'm quite a versatile reader, and Chelsie thinks I'm a quite versatile reader because I will literally try so many different books. Like, I don't have a particular genre I just focus on. So I thought I would get some more classics in there, and I decided Wuthering Heights was like a good option for me. Again, this is only 20p and I thought it wasn't exactly lost, and if I really liked the book it would be a good investment. So next on my list we have Still Alice by Lisa Genova. I think that's how you say it anyway. This book focuses on the life of a woman named Alice. She's a professor who has a really well-paid job and she's got a lovely life, but then she suffers from Alzheimer's, and it's an in-depth look into what her life is like when she has this disease. And I've heard so many good recommendations of it because I study psychology, so I find things like this fascinating. I feel like I could relate to the characters and understand them because of my study in psychology. So yeah, I can't wait to read this. Next of all on my list we have Jill Mansell, The Unpredictable Consequences of Love. I've already read this. I read this in about 8 hours. It was such a good book. I absolutely adore it. Jill Mansell is one of my favourite authors. She writes such deep and meaningful stories that are beautifully written, and so they're beautifully written, and I adore each and every one. I've bought nearly all her books now, and none of them have failed to impress me. None of them have failed to capture my imagination and just make me want to read on so much. And if you're looking for another romance novelist, then I would highly recommend Jill Mansell, especially this book. It is one of my favourites, and yeah, it's still in immaculate condition because I love having my books in perfect condition. Next of all, we have Harriet Evans Going Home. What I gather from this is a woman who moved from her country home to go and pursue a career in the city. And when she comes back to visit her family, she realises there's like whole secrets being hid, and like there's a really big mystery going on, and it's her way of figuring out what's going on, and it's her account of what actually happened. And I'm actually really looking forward to doing this because, as I said just earlier in this video, I like Sophie Kinsella, and she has actually recommended this and she's reviewed this, and if it's anything like Sophie Kinsella's work, I know I'm going to love it. So another one on my to be read pile. Next of all, this one is about a woman whose son's accused of murder, and she thinks he's guilty, but he suffers with Asperger's, and it's her point of view on what she thinks society's going to react, how she thinks society's going to react to this. And I loved My Sister's Keeper, which was also written by Jodie Picoult, and I really hope this captures my heart as much as that book did. So yeah. Next of all, White Boots. I got this for 50p at the works. I really can't wait to read this because it has been recommended quite a lot, and I don't read teen children based stories as much as I used to, but it looks really touching story, and I think when you just need like a good read that you know is going to be a happy ending, I think this is one of them books, and I really can't wait to read this one as well as a lot of the others I bought this month. Next of all, we've got Private Peaceful. Now, I'm quite a big fan of Michael Morpurgo, as well as a lot of the other authors that I mentioned. And I bought this one when I was in another charity shop because I like buying cheap books. And my friend, not Chelsie, another friend of mine, recommended this to me because she said this is one of Michael Morpurgo's best books. And I couldn't agree more. I read this in 2 days because I was really busy and stuff. If not, it probably would have been one. And it's basically about a boy who gets drafted into the war and is too young, and it's his experience, his and his brother's experience with the war, and like betrayal as sacrifice. And it's quite heroic, but it's also very humble in some ways, and I really enjoyed it. It's such a good read, but the only thing that irritated me was the ending, because the ending leaves so many things unanswered. But that's also what makes it brilliant, because you're just so caught on by the stories, and the characters are so well constructed that you just want to know every little thing about them. And I think that's the amazing thing for a writer to do, to make someone really want a sequel and make someone really connect with the characters, so you actually feel like you know them personally. So as you can probably tell, I really rate this book. If you want to read the Michael Morpurgo book and you haven't read this one already, buy it. Next of all, Stolen by Leslie Pierce. Now, a lot of you know that I'm already reading Stolen by Lucy Christopher, but these are two completely different books with completely different storylines, even if they're called the same thing. Stolen by Lucy Christopher is about a girl who gets stolen from the airport, and her story about how she's got to fight and survive in the Australian outback. This version of Stolen is about a woman who's found on a beach, and she's wearing a white dress, but she doesn't know where she came from. No one knows her, and no one knows her story. But then they find out that she recently had given birth, and it's basically her story of how she has to remember who she is and where she's been and what happened to her. And it's her story of her struggling to combat all of this and come to terms with the fact that she had been stolen and her memories have been taken, but why and how she does not know. So another one that I purchased from a charity shop. I hope this is as good as the other ones I've purchased. Finally, we have The Book Thief. This is going to be made into a movie soon, and I'm really excited to read it. I've seen so many recommendations for it, and I got it for a bargain price of 25p at this little charity shop when I was with Chelsie. And I really can't wait to read this. It's so hyped up, and I really hope it lives up to expectations. So yeah, that's my July book buy. Chelsie and I are going to keep our main video slot once a week with a different main topic that we're going to talk about, and then do these singular videos whenever we really feel like it. I just want to say thank you to everyone who's subscribed, commented or liked, and who's followed us on Instagram and has been really supportive. It means so much to us. I am sorry about the bad quality of the camera. I have to use my webcam because my camera's not working at the moment. But I will get a better quality camera soon, I promise. Thank you for watching, and subscribe, like, comment, and follow me on Instagram. It's not just fiction. And I hope to see you soon. That's all now, over and out.